Look at this. This is ridiculous. I mean, this is not a lot of eyeshadow, but it's more than I'm using. But anyway, today I'm going to be sharing with you guys, well, hello, first of all, hello, welcome. Today I'm going to be sharing with you guys my Colourpop Super Shock Shadow Collection because I have this, and then I also have the shadows that I'm clutching to my chest because they keep falling. And I have been walking around trying to pick up Super Shock shadows off my floor for the past 20 seconds, and that was 20 seconds too long, and oh my goodness, one just dropped. I did declutter a whole bunch of these like months ago, like almost a year ago. It's been a while, but yeah, I decluttered a whole bunch of these, and I think I decluttered a whole bunch of other single shadows, and I'll put that video somewhere on the screen so you can check it out after you watch this video. At one point, I could fill my entire IKEA Alex drawer with Super Shock shadows. One drawer, not all of them, but I could fill one drawer with Super Shock shadows and there's barely room for anything else. It was that bad. So I cut down my collection considerably. And honestly, I still have Colourpop Super Shock shadows that I don't use. And in this video, I'm going to be sharing with you guys the ones that I really love, the ones that I would not recommend, and I'm also going to give you guys like a brief overview of what I think you should be buying when it comes to Colourpop Super Shock shadows, because I do think that they can be really great products if you get the right ones. And I honestly like have some Super Shock shadows that I absolutely adore to the point that I have backups. I know. I shouldn't have backups, but I do have backups of some of my favorite shades, and I will, like, I can definitely say that I will probably 100% be using those backups because of how often I use several shades of the Colourpop Super Shock shadows. But let's just get started with the ones that I actually don't use, so we can get those out of the way. Just realized that so many of these shades are actually discontinued. I've had this collection for a very long time, so if you're interested in any of these shades, check the description box down below. Not only will I be listing the names of the shades, but I will also indicate whether or not they are still available, so check the description box for that information. But with that, let's just get into the video. But let's just start out with a shadow that I definitely never use, and this would be this one right here, the Colourpop Super Shock shadow in the shade Paradox, and this is actually a satin finish. And the problem with the satin finishes of the Colourpop Super Shock shadows, in my opinion, are that they are not, they're just like, they're not like amazing. And honestly, this is not a bad shadow. You can probably find some kind of use for it if you are looking for this type of product, but I cannot remember the last time I used this because when I reach for a cream shadow, I don't want a matte shadow. My favorite formula to work with when it comes to matte shadows or satin finishes, tomato, would be powder because they are the most manageable, they're the most quick and easy, because I want things to be quick and easy when it comes to certain types of makeup. I don't want to basically be sitting with a synthetic brush and trying to layer and layer and layer and layer eyeshadow onto my eyes so I can achieve this. You know, like I want this. And this I can get with a lot of powders and some creams and some liquids. So I use a variety of different finishes, but when it comes to satins and mattes, I stay away from creams. And that's why this has not been used in a while. These two shades, and they're kind of the same, so I'm just going to mention them at the same time. One is the shade Hammer. This is like a beautiful like army green color. Absolutely stunning. It's in the metallic finish. Beautiful. It's shattered though, that's the problem. And that because of that, that's a big reason why I actually don't use it. But it's just, it's a really pretty shade. This is what it looks like. Really nice, quite nice. But it's shattered, so there's that. But it's nice, it's pretty. Is there anything special about it? No, not necessarily. It's a beautiful finish, absolutely stunning. There's like little flecks of like glitter suspended throughout the formula. Beautiful, beautiful. But do I use it? No. Likewise, I have Rex, which actually was a disappointment because I got this and I was like, this is gonna be the most beautiful deep blue shadow. It's gonna be stunning, but really, honestly, it has like a little bit of purple iridescence to it, but like, I mean, actually, not that bad. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm wrong. But honestly, do I wear this type of thing? Not necessarily. And I think that that's one of the reasons why this has remained largely unused. Because honestly, when I bought this, I was like, okay, I can just put it on my lids, smoke it out, it's going to be beautiful. But really, I think that this particular shadow would probably function better as a topper, which is not what I was using it for when I initially got it. This is a shadow that I honestly don't use because I think it might be expired. And it's beautiful though. This is the SUPERSHOCK shadow in the shade Kathleen Lights. It is one of the shadows that Kathleen Lights collaborated on with Colourpop, hence that's why they've named it after her. Actually, it swatches rather terribly. It did not look like this when I first got it, so I should probably find a way to either like have fun with this shade or destroy it. Game Face. I think I like wanted to keep this because I was like, okay, this would be like a super interesting like coppery shade, but honestly, I don't wear this type of thing. And it's kind of like a lackluster swatch. It's not like the type of like beauty that you expect to see when you have a cream shadow such as this. And there are going to be lots of other creamy shades in here that are absolutely beautiful. When I reach for a Colourpop SUPERSHOCK shadow, I expect excellence and wow factors, you know? I expect something that will be like just beautiful, that will make me look absolutely stunning. This is a swivelly chair, so that's why I'm swiveling. But yeah, whenever I reach for a Colourpop SUPERSHOCK shadow, I specifically go for formulas that I know will give me that pal moment. And this is not one of them, so as a result, I don't use it. So, yeah, there's that. You can pretty much get the same effect using like a pressed metallic shadow from like virtually any brand. This is nothing special, so there. Okay, so these are actually really nice. I have two very similar shades. One is called Lala, which is like a beautiful, nice, peachy, pinky, taupey, brown moment that I do not use enough, but it's beautiful. I feel like this could go in my inner corner, actually. It's quite nice. So yeah, Lala, beautiful, so creamy, so lovely. And then this is Amaze, which is shattered. Just fell all over the carpet. That is beautiful. I'll have to vacuum after this video. Millionaire. Ooh, Millionaire. A very taupey, glittery brown. Pretty. Is it unusual? No. I am nearing the shades that are super unique and super interesting and ones that I would really recommend. But first, we have to talk about this. Now, this came in the same collection that Kathleen Lights did. This is actually the shade Blaze from that collection that she did with them so many years ago. And this is still so creamy and so stunning. Like, look at that. I would honestly be tempted to wear this even though I rarely wear neutrals because of like how creamy and how glittery and how absolutely stunning this shade is. The next SUPERSHOCK shadows that I'm about to mention to you are the SUPERSHOCK shadows that you should be getting, the ones that I think are so unique that you can't necessarily find in many other places or anywhere else that I have seen. These are the shadows that are truly unique, that really make a makeup look absolutely amazing, and I don't necessarily see myself decluttering these shades without finishing them. And I'm gonna save the best for last, but the first shade would be Copilot, which is essentially a very icy, very like frosty light pink shade. It is stunning. It is so pretty. This looks beautiful in the inner corner. It's an absolutely stunning shade. It is so high impact. It doesn't necessarily have like a lot of like very chunky glitter, but it seems that they have like a little bit of like light pink glitter throughout, but it's very subtle. This is a metallic formula. I've said in the past that one of Colourpop's best formulas for their SUPERSHOCK shadows would be the metallic formula. Actually, it depends on the shade. This is one of the best metallic formulas that I have tried, but I think I would like to share with you another metallic formula that is actually the ultra metallic formula. And this is in the shade Telepathy. Now, Kathleen Lights did work on this, but she released this like a little bit more recently. But this is like your beautiful like greenish gold color. It is stunning. That is beautiful right there. That is stunning. That is really nice. Not as high impact as Copilot over here. But this is still pretty. If you want this all over the lid, beautiful. It is so, so high impact. It definitely is not necessarily like super reflective. It's just like a very beautiful, like just muted gold color. It is stunning and it is beautiful. I've said beautiful a little bit too much, but I would definitely say that I could recommend Copilot a little bit more because it is more creamy and it has a better staying power and it just looks a little bit more kapow than Telepathy. But both of these are kind of like on the same wavelength as in terms of whether or not I'd recommend them. But for me personally, I like this one a little bit better. The last three that I'm about to mention are stunning. Okay, so first, I think I want to talk about, yeah, this shade. This is the Ultra Glitter formula, which is basically like glitter suspended in a creamy formula. It is stunning. I have mentioned this in several favorites videos. This is in the shade Ladybird. I'm not sure if I mentioned that already, but this is basically like a very beautiful wash of glitter. This functions amazingly as a topper for your eyeshadow because I'm not sure if you can see, but it has such a beautiful like glittery reflect. See that glow that's on my skin? That is this glitter. And let me just actually hold my hand a little bit closer so maybe you can see it better. I'm failing at that. That looks not, like that is not necessarily looking that good in the swatch. Let me try again. Yeah, see that like glistening glittery thing? That is Ladybird and it is so pretty and it just like gives whatever shadow that you have underneath it like just like this kapow moment. And what's nice is that you don't necessarily need a glitter glue with this whatsoever, but it still has like that beautiful glittery look, but it is more subtle than actually like piling on glitter onto your eyelid. And it also gives you like this slight glossy look as well. Like it's just so pretty, so nice, so sparkly. I'm not even sure if it's showing up on camera, which is so weird considering like how sparkly it is. I mean, yeah. But the next two shades are the shades that I literally like love and that I actually have backups of. Like I have, yeah, these are the backups that I have of the shades I'm about to mention. So I'm just gonna mention them at the same time. Here you go. I have Cheap Date and then I have Liberty. So I've spoken about both of these at length several times. So let me just break this down for you. Liberty is an ultra metallic formula, and this is like your like ultimate saturated silver. I have worn this all over my lid. I have worn this in my inner corner. It is stunning. It is essentially, in my mind, what I think a silver shadow should be. Absolutely blinding, very opaque, very reflective, stunning. And I've worn this several times and I've gotten compliments on it almost every single time I've worn it, especially all over the lid. It's absolutely stunning. It looks so good in the inner corners. It really just like adds like that beaming, like beautiful, like just light reflect. Similarly, another shadow that I actually use exclusively for the inner corner would be Cheap Date. Now this is a metallic formula, but I feel like metallic is almost an understatement because this is like so creamy. Let me do another swatch so I can show you like right by Liberty. Can you see that? It is so nice. It is so opaque. Literally, like in so many of my videos, I don't know if you've noticed, but like a lot of the times I wear like a very intense inner corner highlight and sometimes it's gold. And whenever I have like a very intense gold inner highlight that really just like catches the light that I use, this is probably it. Like I had to take this out of my makeup bag that I use, like put all my favorite makeup products in because I use this all the time. If I ever have a makeup look that is sort of like blah, I mean, I look in the mirror and I'm like, it's not like the best look. It really needs that kickstart of like something like just special. It really needs like that added oomph. This is what I go for because this gives me that tenfold. It is beautiful. It gives your look like such like a beautiful, just like sparkle and shine. It is stunning. It is beautiful. And Liberty is a similar thing, but I actually like Cheap Date a little bit more at the moment because it has like a little bit more like glitter in the formula. But Liberty is just so like incredibly reflective on its own. It's stunning. It has like a similar effect to like just like adding like that oomph factor to any makeup look. And that's why I have 2 unopened backups of this because I have hit pan on both of these shades. Like, let me show you actually just how much I have hit pan. This is Cheap Date. You can definitely see the pan underneath all that shadow. And then Liberty, not as obvious, but you can definitely see the pan in there as well. I hope that you guys enjoyed this like little collection video of my Colourpop Super Shock shadows. I used to have like a ton. I used to have so many. It was just insane. I used to buy these left and right all the time. I was such a Colourpop addict, still am, but thank you so much for watching till the end of this video. Like I said, if you want to have like amazing formulas from Colourpop, these 3 are it. My favorite one right now is Cheap Date, but it honestly, like, it just keeps changing. You guys already know by now how I feel about buying makeup. I only really want to recommend things to you that are absolutely amazing, and that's why I'm being so picky with these single shadows. I'd never want to tell you guys about something unless it is really amazing, unless it really just blows my socks off. And with these like last 3 shadows that I just mentioned, these are really amazing shades, and I would really recommend them to anybody and everybody who is interested in a really high impact, really beautiful formula. But thank you so much for watching till the end of this video. I do hope that you found it useful and mildly entertaining, and I will see you all tomorrow. Bye guys.